Hey, I was really pushing that Instagram live to the last minute, wasn't I? Well, to the last second. Thank you for taking care of me and keeping me on track. Hi, people. I'm Christine. We've got 45 minutes. 45 minutes. It brings me so much joy to have 45 minutes with you. This is a Power Zone ride. If you've never done Power Zone before, listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you right now. On this ride, I want you keyed in to my cues about perceived exertion. That means your perception of the intensity of the effort that you feel in your lungs, in your breathing, and in your legs. When you are new at all of this, you're going to feel a lot more burn in your legs. You will adapt, I promise. Be patient and don't overshoot. Don't let your ego get in the way of this. If I tell you it's comfortable, it should be comfortable. That means no pain. So don't let your ego get in the space between your head and that dial and those numbers and think, well, maybe I could push it a little bit harder. Not today, not for your first time, if it's your first time doing this. Be patient, be in the process, and then you're going to check out the Discover Your Power Zones program, where we have a plan that's going to teach you how to do this whole system, how to understand the 7 zones, how to understand that those zones are yours, and you don't need to compare your fitness, your numbers to anybody else's. It's about starting where you are. You wouldn't take a person who's 4'11" and a person who's 6'4", put them on a scale and say that they should be equal. Everybody's in a different place every day, and everybody's body is in a different place every day. Hello and welcome. Good morning. I am Christine, and we have a 45-minute Power Zone ride. If you are new to Power Zones, listen carefully for all of the cues about how everything should feel in your legs and in your lungs. Once you have achieved the effort level that I have described, you're going to take a look at your output. The output on your Peloton touchscreen is the power, the watts that you are creating with your cadence, your leg speed, against the resistance. The resistance is controlled by that knob in front of you. Turning it to the right makes it harder, and to the left makes it lighter. Right now, I need you in zone 1. Easy. Out of the 7 zones, we're going to zone 5 today. I'll explain more about the zones as we hit our flat warm-up. We've got a couple of spin-ups after that, and then a build. After that, we're going to reset, and you're going to have... I'll explain it in a second. I should have gotten that in that first minute, but here we go. Flat road, zone 1, just under 4 minutes. If you want the beat of the music for your cadence, 1, 2, 1, 2, find that. It'll put you in the 80s on your cadence. Now here's the structure. After the warm-up, you will have 30 seconds each in zone 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll repeat 30 seconds each in zone 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you'll have a minute in zone 1 to recover. We're going to do that 6 times. We'll finish with a half set, a single build. So let me repeat that for you. After the warm-up, 30 seconds in zone 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then a minute in 1. That makes a set. There are 6.5 of those sets. Cool. You're going to be very busy here. Very, very busy. Take a deep breath, please. And on your exhale, drop your shoulders. Drop your baggage. And I want you to drop any anxiety you have about this ride. If you've been riding with me, you know I'll throw you a couple minutes in 5 here and there. It's just 30 seconds. And the hardest part of this ride is going to be after you hit 5, in the middle of the set, dropping to 2 and not dropping to 1. We'll achieve these zone increases by increasing our cadence. So regarding the beat of the music, The music is really here to support us as background today. I do want you to find your baseline for your zone 2. We're gonna do that later in the warm-up so that you have room to accelerate to a cadence that is accessible to you to hit your zones 3, 4, and 5. Got it? What that means is if you start too fast, if you start with your cadence in the 90s and you're not really conditioned yet to hit 110 or 120, to hit those zones, then you might want to start a little slower.